Yo, what's going on, pals? It's your boy Bushando64, coming at you with a walkthrough for Paper Mario's Retro Achievement Set. A couple of caveats before we get started. Number 1, this is a guide on getting all of the achievements on the site in a single playthrough. So while it's not a one-to-one story walkthrough situation, it will discuss things that have happened in the game. So if some of you haven't played the game yet, which you absolutely should, by the way, then be warned that there will be spoilers. Number 2, everything that is marked as a missable achievement in the set will be mentioned and marked as such. So be sure to get these as they happen so you don't gotta start a new file after beating the game. Number 3, check the timestamps if there's a specific Chivo you're looking for. They'll be categorized chronologically through the game, which makes it much more manageable to follow and to keep up with. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's jump on in and flatten these achievements. Right off the bat, before the prologue even begins, take a moment to soak in all of the riveting storytelling from the opening cutscene. Think back to a simpler time, when there was only 8 bits in the entire universe. Oh hey, that's the overworld theme from Super Mario Bros. This Chivo can be unlocked at any chapter title card, but we might as well get it out of the way now. Loading screen Aficionado achieved. After tumbling down from Goompa's veranda in Goomba Village, check the bushes in Junior Troopa's hangout to find your first upgrade, the hammer! In addition to a new battle move, this weapon allows you to break yellow blocks. Hammer Bro achieved! Once you smash your way through all of the still villainous Goombas and get back to the village, Goompa digs around through his antiques and comes across the Power Jump badge, which he gives to you as a reward for getting him back safely. Boy Scout achieved! When you wrap up Rappin' with Goombario and company, he'll be forcibly thrust upon you as your first party member. First friend achieved. So, believe it or not, for this achievement set, Goombario is going to be one of your most important partners in regards to the Encyclopedia achievement. His title ability reveals enemy stats and usually gives hints on how to handle them, as well as always providing an HP bar for future encounters. You will have to tattle on virtually every enemy in the game, so we'll be keeping a running tab per chapter, and I'll be doing my best to mention when enemies are missable. Time for our first boss, Goomba King! This specific Chivo requires you to not use your hammer on the Goomnut tree in the background to do spread damage, knocking the nut down, cracking everybody's skulls open. But otherwise, you can go absolutely crazy beating down this despot and his subordinates. Goomnutless achieved! Here are all of the different enemies that you can tattle during the prologue. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means that you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your entire playthrough. On your way to Koopa Village, you'll come across these delightful little creatures that are apparently called candy canes. This one is particularly playful and will follow your movements. After a couple of revolutions, it'll start spinning while chucking recovery hearts everywhere, and you'll hear the classic Invincibility theme from the original Super Mario Bros. Ring around the Rosie achieved. Chasing the fuzzies and beating their shell game in the backwoods of Koopa Village helps the true blue Kooper steal his nerves and set out for adventure alongside you. Never Koopa Kooper achieved. Drifting into the dungeon below after falling for Yellow Ninja Koopa's trap, you'll meet the pink, hot-headed Bombette. Help her escape her imprisonment and add her explosive power to your party. A blast with my gal achieved. Time for our second boss fight, the Koopa Bros. This specific Chivo requires you to not use any items throughout the entire fight, including against the buffoonery of Bowser. Otherwise, feel free to shred on these turtles in any way you please. POW-erless achieved! Defeating the Koopa Bros releases Eldstar from the dank dungeon and grants you your first star power, Refresh. Use it to recover 5 HP and 5 FP in one turn. Old Age Wisdom achieved. Surprise! It's Junior Troopa again. This persistent, puny pest will fight you many times throughout the entire game, and yes, you do have to tattle him every time, as each new form counts as a new enemy. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry when you can't see an enemy's HP. Here are all the different enemies that you can tattle during Chapter 1. Any enemy that's marked with Invincible means you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them, or risk a reset of your playthrough. You'll find this sleazy character skulking around the sidewalk next to Harry's shop in Toad Town, named Chet Rippo, who wants 39 coins to boost either HP, FP, or BP by 1 level, but in exchange, they'll decrease whatever stat you didn't pick by 1 stage. My personal recommendation is to save your game, make the deal, and reset. I mean, I'm not your dad or anything, so it's up to you. This Chivo is marked as missable because when you hit the max level of 27 in the game, your stats can't go any higher, and therefore his quote-unquote services are unusable. I feel like I've been scammed. Achieved! Before you head to the train station in Toad Town, head over to Harry's shop in the southwestern section and buy a Super Shroom for 20 coins if you didn't already have one. If you feel super unconfident about it, then you could even bring a second Super Shroom as well, but I mean, I'm not your dad or anything, so it's up to you. Being a mailman is no simple task, but Parakarry's clumsiness is on a whole other level. He dropped 3 letters that were scattered across the plateaus of Mount Rugged, which you'll need to return to him. Once they're all delivered, you'll be able to add this postal Paratroopa strength to your party. Turtle Mail achieved. On the final stretch of Mount Rugged, you'll come across a bridge with an ornery varmint by the name of Buzzar, giving you a glare only to stop you and ask you for your name. You have 3 options to choose from. Choosing Mario or Peach will start the battle proper, but oddly enough, choosing Luigi will get you off the hook. At the bottom of the mountain is a heart block and a save block, so if you're a little worse for wear by the time you get to Buzzar, then you can postpone the fight. However, she'll stop you every time you cross the bridge, so you might as well take them down sooner rather than later for convenience's sake. Buzz Off achieved! If you slip into the alleyway beneath the rooftop houses in Dry Outpost, you'll find Merly, the fortune teller. She offers 3 different courses of spells, varying in degrees of potency depending on the price you pay. For 50 coins, you're going to want to get the special course, which is incredibly helpful by randomly boosting your powers and will carry you through at least a couple chapters. She does spells, but not for free. Achieved! Before you head over to Dry Ruins, you'll want to stop by Little Mauser's shop in Dry Outpost and buy 6 Thunderbolts for 30 coins in order to earn the upcoming boss condition Chivo, as Tutankoopa has 30 HP total and has to be beaten with only items. Once you solve the multi-leveled switch stair puzzle in Dry Ruins, you'll open a giant chest containing the Super Hammer. This increases your hammer damage by 1 and allows you to break stone blocks. Super Hammer Bro achieved! Time for the 3rd boss, Tutankoopa! This specific Chivo requires you to only use items to defeat this wrapped up reptile. Using Goombario's tattle does not count as an attack, so you're stuck with the chestnut child through the entire fight. Tutankoopa will summon a metal chomp to assist them in the fight, but you do not have to defeat it to win the battle. You have to bring 6 Thunderbolts as they do 5 damage per strike, as well as a Super Shroom or 2 to keep yourself alive if things go south. Bury the Dead achieved! Now that Peach is able to leave her room and explore the castle a bit, you'll head to the library and come across a Power Rush badge between two bookshelves. Head back the way you came and find the room with a Deep Focus badge and a mysterious treasure chest inside, which allows you to send items that Peach finds to Mario, as it is connected to another mysterious treasure chest in Merlovely's house near Shooting Star Summit. Put both of those badges into the chest before you continue your snooping around, as it will count towards the Eagle Scout achievement, and Peach's loot can become missable later on. Defeating Tutankoopa releases Mamar from the Sandy Cell and grants you your second star power, Lullaby. Use it to try to put enemies to sleep. Motherly Instinct achieved! Here are all the different enemies that you can tattle during Chapter 2. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your playthrough. Before heading through Forever Forest to our next destination, you'll need to make sure that you have the Power Bounce badge from Koopa Bros Fortress if you somehow completely ignored one of the best badges in the entire game. Its damage ceiling is astronomically high, so it's incredibly useful for taking down stronger enemies. Also, bringing 2 or 3 super shrooms or dried fruits for healing will help for some quote-unquote sequence breaking a little later on versus Junior Troopa when he jumps you in Forever Forest, so be sure to grab those as well. In a room on the first floor of the Boo Mansion, there's a strange vase next to a wooden box that you can jump into. When you pop out, you realize you're now the classic 8-bit version of Mario from Super Mario Bros. With a fun color scheme. Old School House Party achieved! The Boos are here to challenge you to another round of the Shell game for a slick new pair of Super Boots. It adds 1 damage to your jump attack, as well as allows you to flip panels, bust through wood, and stomp large switches with a ground pound. Super Jumpman Mario achieved! Fun fact, once you get the Super Boots, another rematch with Junior Troopa is accessible in Forever Forest. Normally I wouldn't mention this outside of it being a missable tattle, but this is more of a friendly heads up considering in a standard playthrough, this fight would normally be after you beat Tubba Blubba, so be careful. Remember that Luigi's in this game? Now that you've snagged the Super Boots, it's time to go pay him a visit, and also violate his privacy. Once you're back at Mario's house, flip the panel in the bedroom to reveal a secret room. Your reward is some hard-to-find dialogue and trust issues. This Chivo is missable, so be sure to take care of it now before Bo joins your party. Sorry bro, achieved! Putting the Boo portrait back in its frame allows you to warp to the top of Boo Mansion, where you meet the sassy Spectre Bo. Apparently, Scholar escaped from Tubba Blubba, but was recaptured by the Boos, so you'll have to squad up with her to save her friends. Frightful Woman achieved! Get equipped with the Speedy Spin badge, and scoot past the spikes as fast as you can in this room of Tubba Blubba's castle. You can find the badge in Ralph's shop for 50 coins in Toad Town after completing Chapter 1. Afraid of Ghosts achieved! Be sure to pick up the Mega Rush badge from inside Tubba Blubba's castle by pushing the clock to the side and traversing the bedroom past a secret hole in the bookshelf. It's going to be part of our quick kill strat for Tubba Blubba's heart, so you'll definitely be needing it. Time for the 4th boss, Tubba Blubba's heart. The boss condition for this fight is to beat the heart in 4 or less turns, which is doable with a moderate amount of setup. Firstly, make sure you pick up the Mega Rush badge from inside Tubba Blubba's castle by pushing the clock to the side and traversing the bedroom past a secret hole in the bookshelf. Secondly, be sure to put on the Power Bounce badge you grabbed in Koopa Bros Fortress, as it's your best method of damage output alongside Mega Rush. Thirdly, you'll have to strategically lower Mario's HP to 1 before engaging the heart, which activates Mega Rush's +4 damage bonus to all of your attacks. Bow's Out of Sight ability will protect you from potentially devastating attacks, but otherwise, you should be able to bounce your way to victory. Chia Hatu Ataku. Achieved! Defeating Tubba Blubba releases Scholar from the Phantom Penitentiary and grants you your 3rd star power, Star Storm. Use it to hit every enemy on screen for 7 damage that also pierces defense. The Life of a Scholar achieved! Here are all the different enemies that you can tattle during Chapter 3. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section. Just as a friendly heads up, when it comes to tattling on Tubba Blubba himself, you must do it during the final boss phase outside of the windmill, and not while he is invincible in his castle. So be sure to snag him or risk a reset of your playthrough. For the next boss condition versus General Guy, my personal recommendation is to pick up the D Down Pound badge from Ralph's shop for 75 coins in Toad Town, which is available to purchase after Chapter 1. It'll be helpful for piercing defense, but I'm not your dad or anything, so feel free to do what you feel is best. In Shy Guy's toy box, you'll come across Shy Guys, as you do, in a variety of colors. While they all share the same tattle info, you have to beat them in a specific order for this Chivo. Red, pink, yellow, green, and blue. All of those colors are in the westernmost room at the blue station zone, except for pink, who is one room east from the same station. Mighty Morphin Shy Guys achieved! Ready for some gambling? The slot machine in Shy Guy's toy box has some strange payouts, but we're looking to win a mushroom by getting 2 or more stars on the wheels. It might take a while to win, but at least it's free, so technically that means it isn't gambling? Thanks, Nintendo. Shroomy Slots achieved! Eventually, you'll come across a big lantern ghost in a dark room in Shy Guy's toy box. Once you defeat them, they'll drop their lantern and come to find out there's a creature inside. Break it open to free Watt, the little Sparky who'll add their electric personality to your party. My little sweet nightlight achieved. Time for the 5th boss, General Guy. Naturally, as a general, he leads a wild battalion of Shy Guys, each set of which will require a tattle, of course, before actually getting to damage him properly. Eventually, General Guy will come rolling through with his impenetrable baby carriage tank, which is where the boss condition lies. Do not break the light bulb. Honestly, this isn't too difficult, as you can pierce his tank's armor with your new pal Watt's electricity, as well as having her boost Mario's attack with turbocharge, combined with the D-Down Pound badge you bought from Ralph's shop for 75 coins after Chapter 1 in Toad Town, to make quick work of this mumbling military. General Guy's bright idea achieved. Defeating General Guy releases Muscular from the Jovial Joint and grants you your 4th star power, Chill Out. Use it to lower your enemy's attack power by 3 for a few turns. Time to chill achieved. Here are all the different enemies that you can tattle during Chapter 4. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means that you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your playthrough. Just as a friendly heads up, you'll see this shadowy figure guarding a chest during your visit to Shy Guy's toy box. We'll cover their info in a later section due to Mario and crew not quite being strong enough to challenge them yet. My recommendation is to get the Ice Power Badge in a chest along the glass-enclosed pathway in the pink station of Shy Guy's Toy Box. While it isn't totally necessary, it will make Chapter 5's boss fight much more manageable, as it increases damage done to fire-type enemies by +2, and allows you to jump on them. But I'm not your dad or anything, so it's totally up to you. Shortly after the Yoshi kids get lost in the Jade Jungle, you'll find a motherly Cheep named Sushi stuck in a tree somehow. Knock the tree around to shake her free so she can make a splash when joining your party. Not the kind that's food, achieved. Harkening back to Mario Party of all things, when you come across these spinning fire bars, try and jump over them a few times. By doing so, eventually they'll fizzle out into a pile of coins. Clear every one and you'll earn a reward, a fat wallet. Rolling in the deep, achieved. Solving one of the many block bridge puzzles in Mount Lava leads to another giant chest, which contains the final hammer upgrade, the Ultra Hammer. It adds another +1 damage to all your hammer attacks, and gives you the ability to smash metal red blocks. Ultra Hammer Bro, achieved! Time for the 6th boss, Lava Piranha! This specific Chivo requires you to not use Sushi as your partner, not equipping your Fire Shield badge if you happen to pick it up, and finally, not using a Snowman Doll item against the flaming fly traps. Fortunately, this does mean that the Ice Power Badge you can get near the pink station in Shy Guy's Toy Box is allowed, which isn't required, but makes the fight much more manageable when combined with the classic Power Bounce strategy. Additionally, Parakarry also gets a chance to shine here, as his Air Raid move hits all enemies on screen, which can help keep the Petite Piranhas and the Lava Buds in check. Special note for tattling in this fight, do not forget the Petite Piranhas in Phase 1. Same goes for the Lava Buds and Lava Piranha as well, but I've seen too many runs fail to notate the little flaming Pac-Men, so be sure to get their info before it's too late. Eventually, you'll chill their beans enough to permafrost them for good. Hot-footed hero achieved! At this point, Peach is incredibly bored with being held captive for the 7th time, and decides to wander around the castle again, only to find that she's been suddenly selected to be a contestant for the 64th Trivia Quiz-Off! You only get one shot to ace the exam perfectly for this missable Chivo, so here are the answers to all the questions. Survey says, achieved! Defeating Lava Piranha releases Mist Star from the lava-encrusted lockup and grants you your 5th star power, Smooch. Use it to recover 20 HP in a single turn. Little Miss Star achieved! Not only do you have to tattle every Junior Troopa encounter, he's got the nerve to make one of these battles missable too? In order to bonk this baby out of the sky, you'll need to pack 7 coconuts in your pocket to chuck at the child for 3 damage apiece in order to knock him out. You shouldn't need to heal during this fight, but as I always say, some insurance shrooms wouldn't hurt. But I'm not your dad or anything, so ultimately it's up to you. If you have a hard time finding coconuts on Yoshi's Island, feel free to bonk some of the trees, and you'll be sure to find some after a little bit of time. That guy got hit in the head with a coconut! Achieved! Here are all the different enemies you can tattle during Chapter 5. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your playthrough. Just as a friendly heads up, be sure to get all 3 different tattles for the Lava Piranha boss fight, including the Petite Piranhas in Phase 1, and the Lava Buds in either phase. Lots of Encyclopedia runs die to these encounters, so this is your warning to watch out. Out of every question that you could possibly ask Lackluster, obviously the most important one is why he chose his own nickname. Be sure to ask him, as otherwise you're going to miss out on both the Chivo and the lore. Why Spike? Achieved. After Lackluster decides to double-cross Huff and Puff in favor of saving the world with Mario, you're now able to add this Hurricane Hype Man to your party. Riding the cool breeze, achieved. Lackluster's ability to carry Mario over hazards, like spikes and lava, allows you to finally descend into the depths of Toad Town tunnels with purpose, which we haven't visited to this point because I personally like to wait until the last minute to do so. However, with your new Lakitu pal and your Ultra Hammer in tow, you can access the final upgrade for Mario by finding this section of spikes with a pipe at the end, and traversing the maze with invisible blocks, to find the Ultra Boots. Acquiring this item increases your jump attacks by an additional +1, as well as grants you the Tornado Jump to reach higher blocks and smash through solid ice. Again, this isn't required until later, but it's up to you whether to do it now or not. I'm not your dad or anything. Ultra Jumpman Mario, achieved! Be sure to grab the S-Jump Charge badge at the top of the beanstalk in Cloudy Climb by riding the seemingly not a platform cloud up to another cloud. It's not required, but is incredibly recommended for the rest of the game, and especially for this upcoming boss condition versus Huff and Puff. Time for the 7th boss, Huff and Puff. Believe it or not, this is one of the breeziest boss conditions in the set, as your only requirements are to not use Bow or Lackluster for the entire fight. However, you literally do not need to use a party member whatsoever, aside from Goombario's Tattle, as the first room in Cloudy Climb, at the top of the beanstalk, contains the second piece of the #1 overkill combo alongside Power Bounce, the S-Jump Charge badge. When equipped, this badge increases your jump attack by +3 every time you use it, with no damage cap. Before you go for the kill strat though, make sure to hit Huff and Puff with a single, non-action command attack with Mario so Goombario can tattle the tough puffs that pop out, as they are different enemies from the rough puffs you've encountered throughout the entire chapter for some reason. Now, here comes some math. If you opted to get the Ultra Boots for this encounter, you would have to charge your jump attack a minimum of 4 times and hit 5 power bounces in a single attack for a one-hit KO. Your FP count matters a bit here if you want to charge more to bounce less without recovering FP. At this point, you should have enough HP to tank hits long enough to get there, but if you want some insurance, bring some recovery items, or if you have FP to spare, Sushi's Water Block will add some defense in case you whiff some blocking action commands. Bringing down this cloudy criminal shouldn't be too tough though. Off Cloud 9, achieved. This is your final warning in regards to Peach being able to send stuff to Mario via the mysterious treasure chest, as after this chapter's epilogue, those badges and or items will be locked away in Peach's pockets for the rest of the game. Your reward for participating in the 64th Trivia Quiz-Off was a super neat item called the Sneaky Parasol, which allows Peach to transform into any enemy she desires to use as a disguise. Before you proceed to the end of this epilogue, be sure to visit Peach's quarters while transformed, and check her mirrors for a missable, unique dialogue. Quite the new look, achieved. Defeating Huff and Puff releases Clevar from the Cloudy Clink and grants you your 6 star power. Time out! Use it to stop time and immobilize enemies for a few turns. The Bookworm, achieved. Here are all the different enemies that you can tattle during Chapter 6. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means that you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your playthrough. Just as a friendly heads up, be sure to get the info for the Tough Puff enemies that accompany the boss Huff and Puff as they're coded separate entities from the rough puffs you'll find fogging up flower fields. Time for the 8th boss, the Crystal King! This specific Chivo requires you to hit them for 7 or more damage in a single hit while frozen in time. Honestly, it's pretty self-explanatory. The only difficult part is to RNG your way there, since it's a reportedly approximate 50% chance to work when using Klevar's timeout ability. Other than that, just like the previous boss battle, S charge jump plus power bounce is a really easy way to hit 7 or more damage on the initial hit, but it can be accomplished in a variety of ways. Let's kick some ice! Achieved! Defeating Crystal King releases Klevar from the chilly cooler and grants you your 7th star power, Up and Away! Use it to turn enemies into stars and end the battle instantly. Stay calm, achieved. Here are all the different enemies that you can tattle during Chapter 7. Any enemy that's marked with a missable means that you only have the opportunity to get their info in this section, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your playthrough. This first screen showcases all the enemies available throughout the adventure in the Toad Town tunnels, which can be done pretty much whenever they're unlocked, but I personally wait until this point in the game to clear out the entire thing. The second screen details every enemy that you can find past Shiver City, all the way up to rescuing the Star Spirit. While technically not a mainline boss per se, Kent C. Koopa definitely has the gargantuan HP and damage output to make even Bowser blush, and he's doing it on his own. For the missable part of this double Chivo, you'll have to defeat Kent without afflicting a status condition like sleep, paralysis, etc. Fortunately, Muscular's Chill Out ability doesn't count towards the requirement, which makes tanking hits from this legally blind bully much more manageable. He's also got a pretty sizable defense stat, but there's a good chance you picked up a D-down badge of some sort, either jump or hammer, while traversing the world, which makes the stat null and void, while also laying him out on his back if you choose to use the D-down jump badge. Meanwhile, whichever partner you choose can actually attack Ken's tail while he's flipped over, which also has neutral defense, so focus on hitting him where it hurts. Hard-shelled bullied, and no sleep for all 4 eyes, achieved. You may have noticed this darkly clad defender of a chest in Shy Guy's toy box, and they go by the name of Anti-Guy. There's really not much to say here, aside from the fact that they're just a Shy Guy on steroids with a more villainous edge. However, I will mention that they do have a natural +1 defense against attacks, aside from piercing moves like D-down pound or watts of electricity. Otherwise, dispose of them of how you see fit. Anti-Guy, achieved. Even though this Chivo can be started at any time after getting the lucky star that allows for action commands, I usually wait until the moment before heading to Bowser's Castle just to get it all done at once. In Toad Town, there's a martial arts dojo located by the front gate where you'll find Chan the Buzzy Beetle, Lee the Duplighost, and most importantly, the Master. At this point in the game, you've already fought the weaker versions of Chan and Lee, so I won't bother going into specifics. That'll be reserved for the Master himself. You'll face off against the Master 3 separate times, each one more difficult than the last. For the first battle, he's not too particularly threatening. Believe it or not, he's actually easier than Anti-Guy from Shy Guy's Toy Box if you happen to take care of that fight already. For the second battle, the Master decides to go Super Saiyan, and beefs up his HP and damage, as well as unleashes a new 2-hit attack that has an interesting attribute. If Mario is electrified, then the attack stops halfway and prevents the second hit of damage. I can finally talk about one of my personal favorite badges in the entire game, the Zap Tap badge! For 4 BP, this badge electrifies Mario from start to finish of every fight, as well as allows you to jump on electrically charged enemies. I personally go and grab this badge from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 10 star pieces as soon as possible, since this helps rack up damage and affects a vast majority of enemies throughout the entire game. I would argue that this is more required than not for this fight and also the next fight, though if you wanted to waste items or star power, that's completely up to you. I'm not your dad or anything. For the third battle, the Master goes even further beyond and rejects his humanity with a whopping 99 HP, a +1 defense bonus, and unleashes a new triple hit combo that is sure to delete Mario's health super quick, which makes the Master the strongest enemy in the game, even more powerful than Bowser himself. Fortunately for you, you've got an ace up your sleeve, or rather, on your chest, the Zap Tap badge. It works the exact same way as the second fight, by cutting his combo short, which reduces damage, so this is more of a repeat of the previous fight, just with a tankier Master. Once you finally dominate the dojo, you'll be granted the diploma. Also, as a side note, save scumming here is an option if you end up using valuable healing items like Ultra Shrooms or Jam and Jellies, which are required for other Chivos, since you don't need the diploma for completion, but will need to have it to get the Chivo. Graduate achieved! Here are all the different enemies that you should tattle between Chapter 7's epilogue and the end of the game. Any enemy that's marked with Invincible means that you only have the opportunity to get their info before the credits roll, so be sure to snag them or risk a reset of your playthrough. Just as a friendly heads up, be especially sure that you tattle Anti-Guy and Shy Guy's toy box specifically. While there's a chance to encounter them again in Bowser's Castle, tattling on them in that area does not count towards progression in this specific Chivo. A first strike is when you hit an enemy on the overworld with either a jump attack, a hammer attack, or a partner ability to initiate a battle. At the risk of sounding like Goompa, there's virtually no way you won't get this Chivo at some point, so yeah. First time strike achieved! Considering how advantageous it is to get a first strike on an enemy, you'll probably get this Chivo without actively aiming for it. If you're looking to keep track and somehow haven't hit 100 yet by the time your adventure is over, you can always check the blackboard in Mario and Luigi's house to view your totals. Preemptive Striker achieved! Similarly to the Preemptive Striker Chivo, you'll also most likely get this Chivo just running around and doing your thing so long as you're not actively avoiding battles too excessively. If you're looking to keep track and somehow haven't hit 250 battles yet, you can always check the blackboard in Mario and Luigi's house to view your totals. Battle Hardened achieved! I've talked extensively about how powerful the Power Bounce badge is for taking down bosses and other tough enemies throughout your adventure, so this is a bit more of an extensive breakdown of the mechanics. For bosses, the Power Bounce counter usually tops out at 5 bounces, but for most other enemies that number rockets off into the stratosphere to 99 max bounces. However, the window for action commands per jump gets stricter for each subsequent bounce, so getting up to 25 seems like a mildly daunting task. Fortunately, there's another badge that I'm particularly fond of that increases the window for successfully hitting action commands, the Dodge Master badge. It also reportedly increases the bounce cap for enemies as well, but you can get this Chivo by bonking the bananas out of any enemy you'd like, so you might as well make it easy on yourself and go find a Goomba or something. I'm not your dad or anything though, so that's up to you. If you're looking to keep track of your high score, you can always check the blackboard in Mario and Luigi's house to view various different totals. Power Bouncer achieved! Midway through Chapter 5, you meet this big ol' bird named Raphael the Raven. He'll offer to help you access Mount Lava Lava by instructing his army to build a zip line across the magma chasm. Once they complete their task, Raphael gifts you the Ultra Stone. This item allows you to boost your party members with a second super block to make them Ultra rank. You'll have to do this with every partner to get these Chivos. I'll try and list them off in order of accessibility and convenience. After finding the oasis in Dry Desert, head to the bottom of the room past the pond to find the super block. In Dry Ruins, blast the eastern wall with Bombette past the Chomp pedestals and fall down the left edge to find the super block. Atop the easternmost cliff near the train station in Mount Rugged, smash the stone block with your super hammer to access the super block. Only available after Chapter 2. Head west from the entrance in Tubba Blubba's castle and you'll find the super block at the bottom of the stairs. In the red station zone of Shy Guy's Toy Box, ride this flower platform in the room west of the station and before the big lantern ghost to find the super block. Sneak past the bushes next to the whale on Lava Island into Jade Jungle and ride Sushi from one wooden platform to the other. Get around the spear guy and go to the southeastern island with the super block. Once you take the first zipline in Mount Lava, head east into the next room. Jump over the rotating fire bars and get to the super block. With the Ultra Hammer in tow, travel back to the save block next to the metal red blocks and smash on through them. There will be another zipline, which requires some timing. Once Mario is lit up by the sunlight coming through the ceiling, hit the A button to drop off onto a ledge where the super block rests. There's a pipe surrounded by water near the entrance gate of Toad Town. Ride Sushi over the dock and walk to the end of the path under the P waterfalls to the super block. Only available after Chapter 5. In Flower Fields, take the southwestern path from the Wise Wisterwood and loop around and up these stairs, gallivanting through a gauntlet of crazy daisies to the super block. Once Lackluster joins your party, take the northeastern path from the Wise Wisterwood and Flower Fields to find a wild-looking pillar puzzle. Once you clear that, take the spring behind the bars to find the super block. Beneath the ground in Toad Town tunnels, travel 2 rooms west and smash through the stone gray block. Descend into the pipe and cross the rising and falling platforms. In the next room, ride the platform up into the ceiling. Once there, walk east and fall through the hole to find the super block. Available after Chapter 2. Right after entering the Toad Town tunnels, ground pound your way through the wooden plank in the floor. Head west and take down the demonic Dark Koopas to get into the next room. In there, use the blue block on the ground to hit 3 hidden blocks in order to make platforms which will allow you to reach the super block. Available after Chapter 3. From the pipe entrance of Toad Town tunnels, head 2 rooms west and enter the pipe. After exiting, drop down to the southeast part of the room and take another pipe. Smash through the metal red blocks and hop up the steps to find the super block. Available after Chapter 5. Take the path through the blue door in Toad Town tunnels and slide into the frozen pipe. On your way to Shiver City, instead of going up the stairs to the east, take the path to the west. You'll find the super block at the dead end. Available after Chapter 6. After beating the Dupla Ghost in Shiver Mountain, head up both flights of stairs to the super block. To the max! Achieved! With the amount of backtracking that Flower Fields requires, there's a decent chance that you at least would have seen this rare enemy at some point, the Amazy Daisy! Its contrast to the regular crazy daisies make it immediately noticeable, not to mention it also sparkles radiantly in the overworld. Before you begin your quest for daisy domination, you'll need to do a bit of setup. There are a lot of different methods to accomplish this, but here's my personal build. Very early on in the game, you'll come across a red block before you cross the first bridge in Pleasant Path. Bonking it reveals the Dizzy Attack badge, which stuns enemies when you spin dash into them to initiate a battle. Next, find the All or Nothing badge, which increases Mario's jump and hammer attack by +1 when successfully hitting an action command, but drops to 0 total damage if whiffed, which can be found in Ralph's shop for 100 coins after Chapter 4. Unearth the P Up D Down badge beneath the small albino dino statue in Crystal Palace by following the path to a dead end during your spelunking. Surprisingly, you can get 2 Power Plus badges, each one increasing your jump and hammer attacks by +1, which can be found in the chest being guarded by Anti-Guy in Shy Guy's Toy Box, and by trading with Merlot for 25 star pieces in Shooting Star Summit. Now that you're all decked out with your shiny new badges, you want to check this spot here by the thorns under the southeast path from the Wise Wisterwood. If you don't see the sparkling yellow weirdo, head one room to the east and return to re-roll your odds. Once you do find one, chase it down with a Dizzy Attack spin dash to initiate the battle. The Flowery Fiend will be stunned for 1 turn, which allows you to whack it with the Ultra Hammer for 9 damage due to your power augments. Any partner will do, so long as they can hit 3 or more damage in a single attack, so you can follow up with another 9 hammer to bury your new bud into the dirt. Dazed and Confused achieved. So you know that Amazy Daisy OCO strat I just talked about? If not, rewind the video a bit, I'll only be giving the short version here. Step 1. Pick a partner that can hit 3 or more damage. Step 2. Snag the Dizzy Attack, All or Nothing, P Up D Down, and 2 Power Plus badges. Step 3. Find a sparkling yellow Amazy Daisy. Step 4. Dizzy Attack Spin Dash into it. Step 5. Regular Ultra Hammer Swing. Step 6. Partner Attack. Step 7. Regular Ultra Hammer Swing again. Bam! This game's easy, actually! Eventually you reach max level at 27, as well as your HP, FP, and BP capping out. Specifically for the all beefed up and flower power Chibos, you'll have to max out your stats and also put on all 3 of the HP Plus and FP Plus badges in the game. 3 of each to be exact. The 3 HP Plus badges are located as follows. Use Kooper to grab the badge from atop the stumps in Koopa Village. Take the path opposite of the Rave Mushrooms in Forever Forest, and head to the center of the Bazap Room. And finally, buying one from Ralph's shop for 150 coins. The 3 FP Plus badges are located as follows. Blast the wall in the room west of Koopa Bros Fortress, and take the pipe to a chest. Travel the path east of the Booze Mansion sign in Forever Forest, and head to the center of the Fuzzy Room. And finally, buying one from Ralph's shop for 150 coins. Max Power achieved! Over the course of your journey, you run into numerous friends and foes who feel so strongly about Mario that they'll actually mail him a postcard. Once you rescue all the Star Spirits, you'll be able to read all of them by checking the card box on Mario's desk in his and Luigi's house. Unwanted mail achieved! Near the train station in Toad Town, you might have noticed a little building with a big old pig on it. That's where you can hatch a little oink for 10 coins apiece. They'll frolic in their pen up to a max capacity of 10, but once you hatch an 11th little oink, one of them will escape and leave behind an item depending on their coloration. Once an item appears, go through the gate and startle all of them and pick up whatever was dropped. Oink! Achieved! This incredibly ancient turtle, by the name of Koopa Koop, will ask you to do favors for him once Kooper joins your party in Chapter 1. After that point, his repertoire of requests will grow quite large and is required as he has a surprisingly high amount of star pieces. 15 of them, to be exact. But we're not here for star pieces right now. We're here for the gold credit. This key item will allow you to unlock the Smash Attack minigame in Toad Town after hitting the tree next to the Little Oink Farm and taking the pipe. Smash Attack involves you finding 10 peach panels in 30 seconds, hidden randomly amongst 35 different blocks. After doing some research, I found this ancient strat on the GameFAQs message board written by Blitzbolt, so I'll transcribe with a bit of paraphrasing. Step 1. Start at column 7 on the east side of the room. Step 2. Hammer rows of blocks with peach panels in sets of 3 from south to north from column 5 to column 7. Step 3. Go north between columns 3 and 4 and watch for peach panels. Step 4. Hammer each block with peach panels in column 4 while heading south from the top. Step 5. At the bottom of column 3, you should be able to see the rest of the blocks. Step 6. Travel north between columns 1 and 3 on the west side to clear out the rest of the blocks with peach panels. Of course, this method can be used to grind for the 1,000 coins necessary for the coin collector Chivo, which is coming up next. But I'm not your dad or anything, so choosing a preferred method will be up to you. Jackpot! Achieved! Looking to get rich? Unless you're an unusually big spender, you should have a good amount of spare cash kicking around towards the end of the game. However, if you still gotta go out and make that bread, then here's a strat that you can use involving Taste Tea's recipes. Kick it over to Koopa Village and pick up 4 Koopa leaves by shaking the bushes. Then, drop by Dry Outpost and buy 2 mushrooms and 2 dried shrooms. Once you give Taste Tea the cookbook, which was dropped by Gourmet Guy earlier in the game, she'll be able to combine 2 items together to make a meal. So step 1, combine a mushroom and a Koopa leaf to make a Volt Shroom. Step 2, combine a Volt Shroom and a Koopa leaf to make a Life Shroom. Step 3, combine a Life Shroom with a dried shroom to make a Shroom Steak. This interesting meal sells for 45 coins at every shop in the game, and considering the relative low effort, is the easiest way to raise money as quickly as possible. Coin Collector achieved! This lovely little lady is Taste Tea, and she's widely known for being an amazing chef. We'll be testing her abilities by bringing her ingredients for 50 different types of food, or even entire meals. If that sounds like a lot, that's because it is, but unfortunately a lot of these recipes have multiple ways of being created, so you have the option of making it as easy or as difficult as you'd like. There are 2 particular recipes of note, however. The Mistake, which is usually the result of a junk recipe, does not count towards your total of 50, and you'll have to make a second cake, like the one that was gifted to you in Chapter 4, because technically, you didn't provide the ingredients, so it doesn't count towards the total either. My personal recommendation is to hang on to as many Ultra Shrooms and Jam and Jellies as you can throughout your adventure, since those are particularly rare, but at the end of the day, none of these recipes are missable, so you can replenish them. I'm not your dad though, so, use your discretion. If you're looking for a bit of a cheat sheet for the easiest access to these recipes, feel free to pause the video and browse around the digital pantry on the Mario Wiki page in the description. Kitchen Nightmare achieved! If you're looking to jam with some classic tunes, head to this home in Koopa Village and mess about with the radio. Eventually, you'll turn the dial to the information station, which will host a radio contest to bring an item to the trading event Toad, asking you to bring a specific thing to a specific place. Once the broadcast concludes, you'll have 5 minutes to finish the delivery. Your first task is to bring a Koopa leaf to the front gate in the westernmost area of Toad Town. Your second task is to bring a nutty cake to the front entrance of Dry Ruins. Your third and final task is to bring a coconut to Club 64 near the whale in Toad Town. These 3 trips can be done anytime after Chapter 5, but can be started as early as Chapter 1 for the Koopa Leaf and Chapter 3 for the Nutty Cake. 99.7 FM! Achieved! A weird item that you'll see throughout your adventure is something that all RNG fans can enjoy. The mystery? It has a 1/6 chance of copying one of the following items' effects: Mushroom, Super Shroom, Dizzy Dial, Stone Cap, Thunder Rage, or dropping a pebble onto Mario's head. This specific Chivo requires you to get the Thunder Rage attack from using a mystery. If you want to go buy one for a single coin, head over to the shop in the basement of Boo's Mansion. You can find them in random blocks all over the map, and I'm bringing it up now specifically because there is one in Bowser's Castle, but the idea is to get one, save, go fight something, and pray until you get lucky. Mild Shock achieved! Throughout your adventure, there's a pretty good chance you've come across this well-dressed worm of many words, Chuck Quizmo. He'll ask you if you'd like to answer a quiz question, and then give you a multiple-choice option. Under normal circumstances, he'll randomly show up in most main towns, but your best bet is to travel between Goomba Village and Koopa Village to see if he spawns in, as it changes when you change areas, i.e. warp through these 2 pipes in Toad Town tunnels. Thematically, you'll have to answer all 64 trivia questions in order to get these Chivos. If you're looking for a specific answer, be sure to pause the video and party on over to the guide on Mario Party Legacy, which is linked in the description. Quiz Master achieved! So, star pieces. These glittering shards that you'll be collecting from the beginning to the end of your adventure. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, there are a grand total of 160 star pieces that you'll need to find to get these Chivos. One for halfway, and the other one for completion. You'll need at least the super boots in order to flip panels in the ground, but my personal recommendation is to wait on any serious hunting until right before storming Bowser's Castle, but I'm not your dad or anything, so ultimately that's up to you. I'll try and keep these locations in order of accessibility and convenience. These star pieces are available starting in the Prologue. On a high platform to the north of the path between Goomba Village and the Backwoods. In the tree near Goomba King's Fortress. In the tree besides the bulletin board near Merlin's house. On the ground to the northwest of Shooting Star Summit's peak. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 1. On an island south of the Switch Bridge of Pleasant Path, which requires Kooper. In the tree near the first stone arch of Pleasant Path. On a high brick block above the push block pit in the easternmost section of Koopa Village, which appears after the Fuzzies flee. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 2. On a wooden ledge south of the upper path to the left in the 4th room of Mount Rugged with a large sloped incline. On a platform across a gap, which requires paracarry, at the west end of the upper path past the waterfall of Mount Rugged. At the southeast corner of the room to the upper right of the first stair area after the sand drains out in Dry Ruins. On the last ledge in the room to the east of the entrance of the western area of Toad Town Tunnels, which requires Super Hammer and Paracarry. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 3. Under a hidden panel on the carpet in front of the sofa in Boo's mansion. Under a hidden panel in front of the clock below the west room in the basement in Boo's mansion. Under a hidden panel next to the Boo that appears after Mario gets the Super Boots in Boo's mansion. Under a hidden panel at the center of the east room on the second floor in Boo's mansion. Fall from the east room on the first floor above the basement library and land on the giant bookshelf. Smash through both wooden boxes with the Super Boots, or better. Under a hidden panel to the east of the gate between Boo's mansion and Gusty Gulch. Behind the boulders on the north side of the area just before Tubba Blubba's castle in Gusty Gulch. Fall from the ledge in front of the grandfather clock to land on a big table in the west of the first floor in Tubba Blubba's castle. On the desk in the second room to the left of the first floor in Tubba Blubba's castle. Under a hidden panel at the center of the grass area where Goombaria found Mario to the southwest of Goomba Village. Under a hidden panel at the center of the open space to the right of the fence in the backwoods behind Goomba Village. Under a hidden panel in the northeast corner of the area to the right of the Goomba King's Fortress Bridge. Under a hidden panel near the three beautiful sisters across from the dojo in Toad Town. Under a hidden panel in front of Feist T's cabin in Toad Town. Under a hidden panel to the south of the east end of the railroad in the south part of Toad Town. Under a hidden panel in front of the Toad near the club in the dock area of Toad Town. Under a hidden panel between the bridge and the steps to the right of Shooting Star Summit. Under a hidden panel on the first step of Shooting Star Summit's peak. Under a hidden panel to the south of Merlovely's house in Shooting Star Summit. Under a hidden panel between the three candy canes in the third room in Pleasant Path. Under a hidden panel at the center of the platform on the west of the fourth room in Pleasant Path. Under a hidden panel near the south corner of the westernmost area of Koopa Village. Under a hidden panel to the east of the slide in the third room of Mount Rugged. Under a hidden panel to the south of the stone cactus at the center of Dry Desert. Under a hidden panel on the roof of the rightmost house in Dry Outpost. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 4. Under a hidden panel in front of the blue station in Shy Guy's Toy Box. On the first blue building in the east of the blue area, which requires Paracarry in Shy Guy's Toy Box. Behind a green hexagonal prism in the east of the blue area in Shy Guy's Toy Box. Under a hidden panel in front of the pink station in Shy Guy's Toy Box. Under a hidden panel in front of the green station in Shy Guy's Toy Box. Inside the platform at the east end of the green area in Shy Guy's Toy Box. Under a hidden panel in front of the red station in Shy Guy's Toy Box. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 5. In the rightmost coconut tree on the beach in Lava Island. Under a hidden panel in front of the Raven statue in the westernmost area of Yoshi's Village. Under a hidden panel at the center of the fourth room after the Raphael statue in Jade Jungle, before Raphael the Raven's giant tree. On the northeast island in the room to the east of the village entrance, which requires sushi in Jade Jungle. Underwater in the northwesternmost room, which requires sushi in Jade Jungle. Under a hidden panel at the center of the east end area of the path below the trapezes near the second super block in Mount Lava. Under a hidden panel to the east of the stairs that lead down to the Lava Piranha area near the heart block in Mount Lava. Across the pond by the front gate, which requires sushi in Toad Town. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 6. Ground pound into the last arch of the bridge on the northeast path of Flower Fields. Under a hidden panel next to Petunia on the east path in Flower Fields. Under a hidden panel in the northeast area of the Bubble Berry Tree Room on the southeast path in Flower Fields. To the north of the entrance of the northwest path near the Bubble Plant in Flower Fields. Under a hidden panel in front of the yellow berry tree on the southwest path in Flower Fields. Amid the flowers at the northeast corner of the first room on the southeast path on Flower Fields. These star pieces are available starting in Chapter 7. Under a hidden panel next to Mayor Penguin's house in Shiver City. Only available after solving the murder mystery. Under a hidden panel in the south of the row of snowmen in Shiver Snowfield. Fall off the ledge next to the save block onto a high platform to the left of the icy stairs on Shiver Mountain. In the cave at the west end of the Behind the Glass area in Crystal Palace. Under a hidden panel beneath the question mark block with the giant albino dino statue in Crystal Palace. Under a hidden panel in the west corner of the room with the small albino dino statue in Crystal Palace. Deliver the letter found in this tree after Colorado tears down his camp in Dry Desert to Goompa in Goomba Village. Deliver the letter found in the tree on the northeast island where Sushi is trapped in Jade Jungle to Russ T in Toad Town. Deliver the letter found on a platform to the right of the sunken area on Mount Rugged to Merlin in Toad Town. Deliver the letter found in front of a branch in the east of Gusty Gulch to Feist T in Toad Town. Deliver the letter found in a bunch of flowers in the second room on the northeastern road of Flower Fields to Min T in Toad Town. Deliver the letter behind the ice rock before where Mario fights Monstar in Shiver Snowfield to Merlot in Shooting Star Summit. Deliver the letter found in the south tree near the east exit of Dry Desert to Mort T in Koopa Village. Deliver the letter found on the Fork Road in the northwest of Mount Rugged to Colorado, who can be found in various places, but will eventually reside in Koopa Village. Deliver the letter on the roof of the Toad House in Dry Outpost to Nomadamouse on the path in Dry Desert. Deliver the letter on the Big Rock near the beach on Lava Island to Igor in Boo's Mansion. Deliver the letter in the tree in the Snowman area in Shiver Snowfield to Mayor Penguin in Shiver City. Return the dolly found in the tree by the exit of the woods where you found the hammer to Goombaria in Goomba Village. Return the dictionary at the end of the green area in Shy Guy's Toy Box to Russ T in Toad Town. Return the mailbag in the treasure chest by the pink station in Shy Guy's Toy Box to the postmaster in Toad Town. Give Colorado the artifact found in Dry Ruins. He'll eventually settle in Koopa Village, but you will run into him multiple times throughout your adventure. The 1st, 5th, and 10th purchases from Rip Cheeto are star pieces. The 4th, 8th, 12th, 16th, and 20th rewards for Koopa Koot's favors are 3 star pieces each. Correctly answer all 64 of Chuck Quizmo's trivia questions. Please refer to the Quiz Master section of this video or the link in the description. Starman achieved!
This is it, Luigi.
Not only does Mario get postcards, even his partners get mail from friends, family, and fans. You can find them throughout the game by checking in at the post office in Toad Town. However, as unceremonious as it sounds, once you get to Bowser's Castle, you'll want to make an immediate U-turn back to Toad Town to unlock the last letter. This Chivo is marked as missable due to the fact that you can whack your mountain digging pal Wacka out of existence, which means he never gets to send Parakarry his fan mail, so be sure to leave the little creature alone. For now, anyway. Here's the mail it never fails achieved. There's a little creature you might have seen on your multiple visits to Mount Rugged, and they're called Wacka. It's an adorable and possibly Australian anomaly that enjoys the fresh mountain air and not getting bonked on the head. Unfortunately for this particular Chivo, we've got to bonk it a grand total of 8 times. It does drop a Wacka's Bump, which apparently in the Japanese version of this game is a Takoyaki, which is an octopus ball, every time. So at least you get something aside from guilt out of this deal. Just a friendly heads up, be sure to unlock this Chivo after you read all the postcards at the post office in Toad Town, so you don't lock yourself out of the here's the mail it never fails Chivo. You're a monster! Achieved! Mario's been jumping and hammering stuff ever since his inception in the 80s, and both talents are on full display in Paper Mario. Throughout your quest, you'll most likely accidentally or fully intentionally hop up and hit a hidden block, which is normally invisible to the naked eye. For this specific Chivo, you have to reveal all 47 hidden blocks, and at the very least, touch the items that come flying out if it's not coins. If you have difficulty seeing where the hidden blocks are, remember that once you rescue Watt, you can use her ability to make them appear. I'll try and keep these locations in order of accessibility and convenience. In the room where Goompa's destroyed veranda is, in Goomba Village, you'll see a gray stone block. There are a ton of ways you can get this hidden block by either jumping on top of it and using Kooper or Bombette's abilities to hit it, or you can smash the stone block with a Super or Ultra Hammer, then jump into it. Be sure to touch the repel gel that comes out. Head 2 rooms west of Koopa Bros Fortress in Pleasant Path, and you'll see 2 standard brick blocks suspiciously evenly spaced from each other. Jump between the 2 of them to reveal the hidden block. Be sure to touch the fire flower that comes out. From the room where Colorado's camp is or was in Dry Desert, head north by 2 rooms and jump onto the easternmost rock. Hit the hidden block directly above it. Be sure to touch the Thunder Rage that comes out. From the room where Colorado's camp is or was in Dry Desert, head 1 room east and 3 rooms south. Hop on top of a lone rock and bonk the hidden block to snag the Attack FX C badge. From the room where Colorado's camp is or was in Dry Desert, head 1 room north and 4 rooms east. You'll see a group of 3 trees in a triangular shape. Jump in the middle of them to bonk the hidden block and snag the Runaway Pay badge. After leaving Dry Outpost through the west exit, head 1 room south to find a question mark block on the ground in the center. Jump on top of it and hop into the hidden block. Be sure to touch the life shroom that comes out. Head immediately east from the entrance pipe in Toad Town tunnels, past the yellow block to a room full of standard brick blocks. There's a suspicious gap towards the east end of the row, so hop up there to find the hidden block. Be sure to touch the super shroom that comes out. Going 1 room west of the blue pipe to Boo's mansion in Toad Town tunnels, you'll see a pushable blue block like the one in Koopa Village. You can either push the blue block around to use it as a platform, or use the tornado jump with the Ultra Boots to hit 3 hidden coin blocks to form a spotty bridge across the gap. In the narrow walkway section 2 rooms east of where you got the Ultra Boots in Toad Town tunnels, travel just a tad west of the pipe you entered from and jump up to hit the hidden question mark block. Be sure to touch the maple syrup that comes out. In the narrow walkway section 2 rooms east of where you got the Ultra Boots in Toad Town tunnels, walk along the path a bit and stop right before it splits north and south. Hop up and hit the hidden block before the crossroad. Be sure to touch the stopwatch that comes out. In the narrow walkway section 2 rooms east of where you got the Ultra Boots in Toad Town tunnels, reach the end of the road to the westernmost exit and find a question mark block. Directly to the left of the visible block is the hidden block, so hop up and hit it. Be sure to touch the Volt Shroom that comes out. Heading 1 room west of the narrow walkway in Toad Town tunnels, there's yet another suspicious gap between the regular brick blocks. Launch up there with a tornado jump after acquiring the Ultra Boots to hit it. Be sure to touch the Life Shroom that comes out. Heading 2 rooms east of the blue pipe that leads to Yoshi's village in Toad Town tunnels, head past the row of spikes where the dark Koopas dwell to where the blue door rests high above. You'll see a question mark block seemingly attached to the west platform, so the idea is to jump up in evenly spaced spots to hit 4 total hidden coin blocks. The Ultra Boots are required to reach these, which are fortunately right nearby. At the blue station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, head to the northeast corner. Jump up and bonk into the hidden block. Be sure to touch the stone cap that comes out. From the blue station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, find a green toy block with the letter A laying on its side. Step 2 floor tiles east and jump up to hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the maple syrup that comes out. Once you reach the end of the western path in the blue zone of Shy Guy's Toy Box, you'll see 2 arches with a blue present near between them at the north side of the room. There are 2 hidden blocks here, and the left one is roughly 1.5 tiles east of the left arch. Be sure to touch the mystery that comes out, and the right one is roughly 1.5 tiles west of the right arch. Be sure to touch the fright jar that comes out. In the room where Gourmet Guy was or is guarding the gate in the pink zone of Shy Guy's Toy Box, travel northwest past the red toy block with a 1 on it. Hop up to hit the hidden block slightly to the left of the toy block. Be sure to touch the super soda that comes out. In the room where Gourmet Guy was or is guarding the gate in the pink zone of Shy Guy's Toy Box, keep heading east on the upper path and you'll see 2 question mark blocks with another mysterious gap between them. Jump up and hit the hidden block in that space. Be sure to touch the dizzy dial that comes out. At the end of the pink zone that loops back to the station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, you'll reach the lever to make the track accessible for the train. Walk northeast and jump up to hit the hidden block right above the beige tile. Be sure to touch the Thunder Rage that comes out. Right in the same room as the green station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, go to the northeast corner in front of the 3rd red post from the east wall. Jump up and hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the fire flower that comes out. On the western side of the red station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, line yourself up with the save and heart blocks on the eastern side and stand in front of the 3rd post from the west. Jump up and hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the super shroom that comes out. After going 1 room west of Red Station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, walk directly up from the doorway in front of the diamond on the wall. Jump up to hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the Volt Shroom that comes out. After going 1 room west of Red Station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, you'll find 2 question mark blocks past the Ferris wheel style platforms in a shaded section. Jump into the suspicious gap between those 2 blocks to find the red hidden block and snag the deep focus badge. After going 1 room west of the Red Station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, you reach the end of the path right before going into Big Lantern Ghost's dark domain. Slightly southwest of the brown toy block with the flower on it is where you should jump up to hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the snowman doll that comes out. Moving 1 room east of the Red Station in Shy Guy's Toy Box, you'll see a shooting star sitting on a regular brick block that seems just slightly out of reach with Kooper's shell kick ability. Stand on the right side of the giant green toy block with a 5 on it and walk 2 Mario widths east. Jump up and hit the hidden coin block. Along the beach path 1 room southeast of the Whale on Lava Lava Island, you'll notice a fun little plant called a bluebell that jingles when you hammer it. Directly to the right side of the bluebell, between 2 rock formations, is the hidden block, so jump up and give it a bonk. Be sure to touch the repel gel that comes out. Along the beach path, 1 room southeast of the whale on Lava Lava Island, you notice a fun little plant called a bluebell that jingles when you hammer it. Directly to the right side of the bluebell, between 2 palm trees, is the hidden block, so jump up and give it a bonk. Be sure to touch the mystery that comes out. Make your way through the northeast path from the whale into Jade Jungle on Lava Lava Island. Take a ride on Sushi to the northwest dock and make your way up to another bluebell plant. Stand slightly northwest of the bluebell and jump up to hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the Thunder Rage that comes out. Stepping 1 room north of the Raven statue in Jade Jungle, hop up to the elevated ground near another bluebell. Stand directly southeast of the plant and jump up to hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the stone cap that comes out. Making it 2 rooms north of the Raven statue in Jade Jungle, you'll see a bunch of blue blocks to push around and plug up holes. Find the westernmost block and push it 1 space east and 1 space north in front of the pink flower. Jump from on top of the blue block while slightly hanging off the right side to hit the hidden block. Alternatively, you could reach this hidden block by the tornado jump if you have the Ultra Boots. Be sure to touch the Volt Shroom that comes out. Right next to the room east of where you get the Ultra Hammer in Mount Lava Lava, climb up to the highest ground to the far east of the Lava River. Jump up into the hidden block right near the edge of the top step. Be sure to touch the Life Shroom that comes out. Heading southeast from Wise Wisterwood in Flower Fields, you'll come across a bubble tree. On the easternmost patch of grass, there's a bouquet of yellow flowers, which you'll have to walk a bit northwest of to stand in front of the pink flower bed. Jump up to hit the hidden block there. Be sure to touch the maple syrup that comes out. Scooting past the blue flower gate to the west of Wise Wisterwood in Flower Fields, you'll find a blue spring next to a regular brick block. Jump up between the 2 objects to find a hidden coin block. Next, hop up onto the block you just found, over the top of the brick block, and jump up from that one as well to find another hidden block. Be sure to touch the shooting star that comes out. Taking a trip back 1 room west from where the Puff Puff machine is in Flower Fields, you'll see a pair of yellow flower patches in the northeast corner. Jump up between them to find a hidden block. Be sure to touch the Thunder Rage that comes out. In the same area where you fought Monstar, 1 room west of Starborn Valley, a little bit past the top of the northeastern stairs is where you'll find a hidden block. Be sure to touch the stopwatch that comes out. At the beginning of your ascent up Shiver Mountain, you'll come across a regular brick block at the top of some stairs. Break it with a jump, then perform a tornado jump to hit the hidden block above it. Be sure to touch the Ultra Shroom that comes out. Stepping through to the back side of the mirror in the west side of Crystal Palace, you'll eventually discover a small albino dino statue. On the eastern side of the room, opposite of the statue, you'll have to do a tornado jump to reach a hidden block above a spin panel. Be sure to touch the Jammin' Jelly that comes out. When the water level is at its highest point during the 2-room puzzle in Bowser's Castle, you can blow up a wall with Bombette in the first water room. Head through the hole to find an exclamation point switch on top of a brick block. Break it down and hit the switch to make a pathway over the east side. Halfway through that path on the outcropping is where you'll want to jump up and hit the hidden block. Be sure to touch the maple syrup that comes out. Blasting past the B-Bill Blaster's stairway in Bowser's Castle, you'll reach a room with some Bowser-faced blocks and 2 chandeliers. Jump up under the westernmost chandelier to reveal the hidden block. Be sure to touch the maple syrup that comes out. Right outside of Peach's castle after you exit Bowser's castle, you'll see a save block. On the opposite side of the stairs leading up to her front door, walk on over just past the pillar in the foreground. Jump up to hit a hidden block. Be sure to touch the Ultra Shroom that comes out. Now that your scavenger hunt is complete, just a final reminder is if I didn't already bash you over the head with this enough, be sure to at least touch the items that come out of the hidden blocks. I made the mistake to just let one disappear, so the question mark block re-hit itself, and I had to run around the entire world searching for which one I missed, so don't make the same decision I made for whatever junk item it was. You do not have to keep the item that comes out, it counts even if you toss it immediately after touching it. Hidden goodies achieved! There's a grand total of 4 Chivos in regards to badge collecting in this set, so the first 3 could realistically happen at any time during your adventure. In this section, I'll be going over all 80 badge locations in alphabetical order. All or Nothing, bought at Ralph's Badge Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 4 for 100 coins. Attack FX A, traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 1 star piece. Attack FX B, smash the 3 blocks in Pleasant Path by hitting left, right, and middle to reveal a question mark block. Jump into it to snag the badge. Attack FX C, from the Stone Cactus in Dry Desert, head 3 rooms south and 2 rooms west to find a single rock in the center. Jump on top of it and snag the badge from the hidden question mark block. Attack FX D, the pop diva in Club 64 near Toad Town's pier has lost her voice, so the master poet asks you to bring his lyrics to the composer in Dry Outpost. When he gives you the melody, head back to Club 64 and witness Pop Diva's comeback. She'll reward you with the badge once her song ends. Attack FX E, enter the house 2 doors east of the mayor's residence in Shiver City. Climb up the makeshift stairway and exit the window to the roof. Hop over to the doorless building to the west and enter the right window. Head down the stairs and open the chest to snag this badge. Bump Attack. You'll find Rip Cheeto in the Toad Town tunnels by taking the lower pipe in the same room as the Shiver City pipe door and blowing up the cracked wall with Bombette. He'll sell you unspecified items for 64 coins apiece, and your third purchase will be the Bump Attack badge. Chill Out, traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 3 star pieces. Close Call, traveling through Goomba Road, you'll see a red question mark block near a sign with a mushroom on it. Jump into it to snag the badge. D-Down Jump. After crossing the first bridge on the 2nd floor in Tubba Blubba's castle, you'll see a lone Plubba taking a snooze. If you get a first strike on it with Bombette, the wall behind it will bust open. After the fight, you'll walk through the hole and see 3 wooden planks. First, ground pound through the north plank to use the spring as a shortcut. Second, slam through the northeast plank to land on a table. Use Paracarry to cross over to the west table and get the badge. D-Down Pound, bought at Ralph's Badge Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 1 for 75 coins. Damage Dodge 1. Once you launch yourself off the first giant slide in Mount Rugged, head west to the next room. Keep heading west and you'll come across 2 cave entrances. Walk through the left cave and push left into the wall. You'll eventually climb the incline to reach the chest that contains the badge. Damage Dodge 2. Bought at Ralph's Badge Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 5 for 150 coins. Deep Focus 1. When you come across the mysterious treasure chest in Peach's castle, you'll find this badge sitting right next to it. If you pick it up while playing as Peach, be sure to send it to the twin chest in Shooting Star Summit right there and then, or it'll become missable after Chapter 6. Deep Focus 2. Right outside of Big Lantern Ghost's dark dwellings, you'll see 2 yellow question mark blocks near a pyro guy. Jump between them to find a hidden red question mark block and snag the badge. Deep Focus 3. Cooling off the River of Magma in Bowser's Castle allows you to walk along it and enter a bunch of rooms and grab a ton of items. Head as west as possible and leap up a series of ledges near the castle's entrance that is inaccessible when you first arrive. Jump into the red question mark block to snag the badge. Defend Plus. Arriving in the pink station in Shy Guy's toy box, you'll want to head one room southeast to find a Sky Guy and a Star box. Ground pound it to get launched behind the glass wall. Scoot past another Sky Guy and open the chest to snag the badge. Dizzy Attack. Heading east from Toad Town, you'll come upon Pleasant Path. The red question mark block near the spiked Goomba contains the badge, so jump up and snag it. Dizzy Stomp. Once you acquire the Ultra Hammer in Mount Lava Lava, head east after breaking some red metal blocks. Cross the lava river and take the stairs down to find another metal block. In the next room, there's another lava river and a putrid piranha. Climb up the stairs to the east and open the chest to snag the badge. Dodge Master. Bought at Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 2 for 100 coins. Double Dip. Bought at Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 2 for 100 coins. Feelin' Fine. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 5 star pieces. Fire Shield. Once you ride the first zip line in Mount Lava Lava, fall off the ledge heading west and head down the stairs. You'll find another zip line next to a save block. Ride it about halfway and hit the A button to drop off and land on a ledge right next to the badge. First Attack. Bought at Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 1 for 100 coins. Flower Finder. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 12 star pieces. Flower Saver 1. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 25 star pieces. Flower Saver 2. At the end of the eastern path in front of Wise Wisterwood in Flower Fields, you'll find a dried up well with some kind of creature in there. They ask for assistance and you can happily oblige by chucking a blueberry down the hole. They'll thank you and launch the badge up to you. FP+1. Blast the wall in the room west of Koopa Bros Fortress and take the pipe to a chest and snag the badge. FP+2. Travel the path east of the Boo's Mansion sign in Forever Forest and head to the center of the Fuzzy Room to find a red question mark block. Jump into it and snag the badge. FP+3. Bought at Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 4 for 150 coins. Group Focus. Bought at Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 3 for 100 coins. Hammer Throw. At the end of Goomba Road, smack the spring out of the tree in front of the Toad Town gate. Hop up on it to find the chest that contains the badge. Happy Flower 1. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 8 star pieces. Happy Flower 2. On the east path from Wise Wisterwood in Flower Fields, you'll find 3 pink trees in a row. Hit the middle, right, and left tree with your hammer to snag the badge from its branches. Happy Heart 1. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 8 star pieces. Happy Heart 2. While climbing up the giant tree in Jade Jungle, after the first staircase you'll step outside and walk along a vine. Climb to the end of it and snag the badge. Heart Finder. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 12 star pieces. HP Drain. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 15 star pieces. HP+1. Use Kooper to grab the badge from atop the stumps in Koopa Village. HP+2. Take the path opposite of the Rave Mushrooms in Forever Forest and head to the center of the Bazap Room to find the red question mark block. Jump into it and snag the badge. HP+3. Bought at Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 4 for 150 coins. I Spy. During your multiple quests to return items to NPCs from Shy Guy's toy box, be sure to give Ralph his calculator. He'll give you the badge in exchange. Ice Power. In the same room as the Defend Plus badge in Shy Guy's toy box, Keep heading east until you come up to a revolving blue wall. Slip through past the Shy Guys to find another chest. Crack it open to snag the badge. Jump Charge. Bought from Ralph's Bab Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 3 for 50 coins. Last Stand. Enter the furthest east room up the little flight of stairs on the first floor of Peach's castle to find this badge in a chest. Please note that if Peach picks this badge up during the epilogue of Chapter 4, make sure to drop it off in the mysterious treasure chest so Mario can snag it in Shooting Star Summit, or it becomes missable after Chapter 6. Lucky Day. Parakarry's dropped letters are the driving force for this badge. Once you find the letter addressed to Goompapa in Mount Rugged, follow this pattern for the chain letter quest. Deliver to Goompapa in Goomba Village. Deliver to Must-T near Peach's castle. Deliver to Kooper at the Koopa Village entrance. Deliver to Fishmail at Toad Town's port. Deliver back to Kooper. Deliver to Mr. E near Dry Outpost Toad House. Deliver to Miss T near the Toad Town Dojo. Deliver to Little Mouser inside Dry Outpost Item Shop. Deliver to Frankie near Boo's Mansion Stairs. Deliver to Dane T in front of Toad Town's Railroad. Deliver to the Red Yoshi Kid near the item shop in Yoshi's Village. Deliver back to Dane T. Deliver to Frost T in Starborn Valley. Deliver back to Goompapa. At the end of all that, Goompapa will gift you the badge and give Parakarry a proper compliment. Mega Jump. After ascending the first set of frozen stairs in Shiver Mountain, head east past the white Klubba. Jump up into the red question mark block and snag the badge. Mega Quake. Bought from Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 5 for 200 coins. Mega Rush. Inside Tubba Blubba's castle, you'll find a grandfather clock that Mario is able to push to the side. Traverse the bedroom, up the makeshift stairs, and past a secret hole in the bookshelf. Step down a dark stairway to find the badge bathed in an eerie golden light. Mega Smash. Along the northwest path from Wise Wisterwood and Flower Fields, you should see a staircase in the same room when Lackluster joins your party. Bombing the rock with Bombette allows you to drop down to the lower platform where you can snag the badge. Money Money. Trade from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 20 star pieces. Multi-Bounce. Bought from Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 1 for 75 coins. P down, D up. In the first room of the Crystal Palace on the other side of the mirror is a door. Head through and smash through the wooden panel with a ground pound. Keep going east and crack open the chest to snag the badge. P up, D down. Going around through the Mirror 1 room east of the fake Koopers in Crystal Palace, you'll come to another door. Push the smaller albino dino statue to the west and fall down the pit. Keep heading east past the white Klubba and crack open the chest to snag the badge. Payoff. Traded by Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 1 star piece. Peekaboo. Traded by Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 10 star pieces. Power Bounce. In Koopa Bros Fortress, you'll pass through 3 rooms to the first set of jail cells guarded by a few Koopa Troopas. you'll notice a cracked wall where the badge is, which can be blown open by Bombette. However, if you hold left against the back right corner of the cell where the Koopa comes out, you can sneak past there as well to snag the badge early. Power Jump. There's literally no way you won't get this badge, so we'll skip it. Power Plus 1. Annihilating Anti-Guy in Shy Guy's toy box allows you to crack open the chest it was guarding to snag the badge. Power Plus 2. Traded by Merlo in Shooting Star Summit for 25 star pieces. Power Quake. From the hub of Yoshi's Village, by the shop and Toad House, head north into Jade Jungle. Once you have Sushi as a partner, you can cross over to the island with the spear guy and a red question mark block. Jump into it and snag the badge. Power Rush. You can find this badge in the library between two bookshelves on the second floor of Peach's castle. Please note that if Peach picks this badge up during the epilogue of Chapter 2, make sure to drop it off in the mysterious treasure chest so Mario can snag it in Shooting Star Summit, or it becomes missable after Chapter 6. Power Smash. Head due west after descending into Toad Town tunnels through the regular entrance, smashing through the gray stone block. Past the 3 blue warp pipes, hop up the rising platform and into another pipe. Continue even more west into a room with 2 spiked Gloombas and a blue spring. Knock the spring down and bounce off it to reach the chest and snag the badge. Pretty Lucky. Traded from Merlo in Shooting Star Summit for 5 star pieces. Quake Hammer. 3 rooms deep into Mount Rugged with the save block and 2 slides contains the badge. Use Parakarry's Flight to snag the letter as well, as the badge is up high on a ledge. Quick Change. Ground pound 3 times inside Merlin's house in Toad Town. Refund. At the bottom of the spiral ramp with yellow Ninja Koopa's Trap in Koopa Bros Fortress, blow up the cracked wall to the east with Bombette. Head outside and open the chest to snag the badge. Runaway Pay. Off the beaten path near Nomada Mouse in Dry Desert, head 1 room north and hop between the 3 palm trees on the east side. You'll hit a red question mark block and be able to snag the badge. S Jump Charge. At the top of the beanstalk in Cloudy Climb, above Flower Fields, head north and hop on a rising cloud to another cloud platform. Snag the badge up there. S Smash Charge. Bought from Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 5 for 100 coins. Shrink Stomp. Immediately after entering Toad Town tunnels from the pipe, head east and smash through the yellow block. Keep heading east until you square up with a blooper. Once you win, open the chest it was guarding to snag the badge. Sleep Stomp. Bought from Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 2 for 75 coins. Slow Go. Above where you find the Super Hammer in Dry Ruins, walk along the ledge towards the west wall. Drop down on the ledge right beneath you and walk along it to find the hidden entrance. Crack open the chest to snag the badge. Smash Charge. When the stairs rise up from the watery depths in Koopa Bros Fortress, keep running up the ramp past the door to the top. Sneak past or blow through the Bob-omb and snag the badge on the pedestal. Speedy Spin. Bought from Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 1 for 50 coins. Spike Shield. Getting jumped in the first proper room of Dry Ruins by Pokemummies is pretty scary at first, but once the second sarcophagus opens, you'll see the badge nestled in there, so be sure to snag it after clearing out the area. Spin Attack. To find this badge, travel 2 rooms south of the Dry Outpost exit to the Oasis, then 2 rooms west to find a pair of blue cacti and a twister. Jump into the Goofy Gust to be launched to the location of the badge, way up on a rock ledge. Spin Smash. Bought from Ralph's Bad Shop in Toad Town after Chapter 3 for 75 coins. Triple Dip. Before using the rotating mirror wall in the Crystal Palace, use Bombette to blow up the eastern wall. Get past the Duplighost and crack open the chest to snag the badge. Zap Tap. Traded from Merlot in Shooting Star Summit for 10 star pieces. Eagle Scout achieved! It's finally time to give this challenging Chivo an explanation. For Encyclopedia, you'll have to tattle every relevant enemy in the game, from the first Goomba you see to the final showdown with star-powered Bowser. At the end of every section in this video, I've shown a list of enemies that need to be tattled, as some are missable, and the enemy list on screen is the finale for Chapter 8. Once you detail all 110 descriptions, you'll finally conquer this feature-length Chivo once and for all! Encyclopedia achieved! This is it, the final boss battle against Bowser, for the 3rd time! This specific Chivo requires you to not use any star power against the final phase of this fight, right after Peach grants you the Peach Beam to cancel out all of Bowser's wildest wishes. For clarification's sake, the Peach Beam is necessary for this fight, but be sure not to miss menu and call upon a solo Star Spirit, and you should be good to kill the Koopa King once and for all, for sure, definitely. Full Energy Bowser! Achieved! You may recall, dear gamer, about snooping around and finding the secret basement that Luigi somehow built without Mario's knowledge all the way back in Chapter 3 for that one missable Chivo. After ground pounding or ultra hammering your way down, you'll find a little desk with Luigi's diary sitting out in the open, similarly to Bowser's. Give it a read as payback for the surprise construction. Oddly, the final 2 entries are only accessible once Bowser is finally defeated, so this is why I'm bringing it up now. Dennis the Menace achieved! Congratulations! After celebrating with a victory parade, Mario and Peach head back to the brothers' house for some alone time, while watching some fireworks. You'll also hear a beautiful rendition of Pop Diva's full song playing in the background as well, potentially bringing you to tears. If you've gotten to this point in your own Retro Achievements playthrough, or just by sole interest of watching what kind of journey this would entail for a 100% file, I appreciate your determination and I'm glad to see that you've made it. Take a break, you deserve it! End of story! Achieved! Thank you all so much for checking out the trials and tribulations of the full Paper Mario Retro Achievements Guide. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to time your action command to smash the subscribe button so you can keep up with future videos. I also want to give a shout out to my pals who helped make this all possible. Picanjo for video and audio editing, Lilac Chicky for consulting and proofreading, and Mia Zenuous for playtesting. If you'd like to check out whatever else I do on the internet, head on over to my Twitch channel at Bushando64, where I mostly stream Nintendo games new and old, as well as occasionally post updates on Blue Sky and Instagram. Thanks again to the Retro Achievements crew for being such gracious hosts, and remember, until next time, keep those Chivos smoking!